from Beterbiev.
I never will rule out Beterbiev. He's got power.
Completely
he's got
agree.
character.
But if you had to make a
he's
line,
got pride.
had to make a line
yeah,
before and after.
Listen, I got Bivol. I got Bivol a solid favorite for me.
Yeah.
My line's going to be different than someone else's, but for me,
Yep.
I got him a solid favor. That I'll go all the way out, like I always go all the way out on the limb. I mean, I'm not going to stop now at this point in my life. I think I think there's a good chance he stops him late in the fight, either by cuts or by just an endless barrage of punches.
Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, two unbeaten titans of the light heavyweight division, are set to face off in a historic clash. This long-awaited showdown will determine the undisputed king of the weight class. Meanwhile, Dmitry Bivol secured the WBA title after Badu Jack vacated the championship, while Artur Beterbiev claimed the vacant IBF belt by defeating Enrico Culling. Beterbiev's impressive streak continued as he added the WBC and WBO titles to his collection, overcoming Oleksandr Gvozdyk and Joe Smith Jr. with his signature knockout power. Conversely, Bivol has achieved just one stoppage in his last 10 fights, highlighting a contrast between Beterbiev's raw power and Bivol's technical prowess and strategic approach. This matchup stands as a compelling clash of contrasting styles and resilience. Pro boxer Lyndon Arthur offers a unique perspective, having faced Bivol last year and sparred with Beterbiev. Speaking to Boxing News, Arthur shared his insights. I used to think I still think Bivol's the best, Bivol's elite, but now I've felt Bivol doesn't hit as hard as he needs to keep Beterbiev off. I've sparred Beterbiev. I know how hard he hits in 16-ounce gloves. I wouldn't like to take those shots in 10-ounce gloves, especially not for 12 rounds. Former professional boxer Zhile Zhang is thrilled about a potential fight between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. He confidently predicts that Beterbiev's overwhelming power will likely lead to a knockout win over Bivol, emphasizing that Bivol's skills won't be enough to withstand Beterbiev's strength.
Beterbiev 的力量实在太大了，也抗击打能力也强，然后力量也大，他要是一直给比沃尔施压的话，比沃尔的技术估计发挥不出来。
Well, I think in that particular case, Beterbiev's power will overwhelm Bivol's, in and out footwork and his skill set. For the reason being, I think Beterbiev is just way too strong in his division.
Professional boxer Canelo Alvarez says Beterbiev is a beast with serious knockout power, but isn't as nimble as Bivol. If Bivol can stay on his toes and avoid getting cornered, he might outsmart Beterbiev. But if he gets trapped, Beterbiev's thunderous punches could end the fight in a flash.
I think if Bivol have the condition and the very good game plan to go there in and out and do all these things, I think he wins. But if not, if he go a little bit in the corner or something in the ropes, it's gonna be hard for him because Beterbiev is a very hard fighter.
Canelo Alvarez talks about wanting a match with Artur Beterbiev at 175. He's clear that if he gets the chance, this would be the one fight he's gunning for. Canelo sees this bout as a big deal, underscoring that facing Beterbiev again is a major goal for him in the ring. The two fighters will headline a star-studded event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, on October 12th. The winner will not only become the first undisputed light heavyweight champion since Roy Jones Jr., but also the first ever in the four-belt era. It's a historic bout that promises to be a thrilling showcase of skill, power, and heart. Pro boxer Rolly Romero is dismissing the 175-pound weight class, suggesting it's not currently capturing significant attention. He points out that historically, the light heavyweight division has not been a major draw for boxing fans. According to Romero, this weight class has often struggled to attract the same level of interest as other divisions in the sport.
Leading up right now, that's interesting is that
one?
Is our card.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. Everything else is just whatever.
Well, okay. Bivol Beterbiev is interesting.
Neither of them speak English.
No, but it's for undisputed the point where it's for undisputed, right?
Yeah.
Like, you want to see how he'll react to it.
They do these undisputed belts every other month.
But it's like the number one versus the number two.
Yeah, they do this shit every time. But does anyone even watch that weight class?
75. Well, now they do because of them.
Does anyone ever watch that weight class?
Historically, no.
No.
Historically, no.
Okay, so
but it's been different. They've kind of reinvigorated it.
In addition, pro boxer David Benavidez suggests that Dmitry Bivol has the power to shake up Artur Beterbiev, who's shown vulnerability in the past. He hints that Bivol's punch could pose an even greater threat than Beterbiev has faced before. David Benavidez breaks down Bivol's style in the ring with some serious flair. He paints Bivol as a master of movement, smooth and slick, gliding around his opponents with ease. Bivol's got that killer instinct and the kind of punch that can really rattle Beterbiev. Benavidez makes it clear that Bivol's power isn't just a gimmick, it's the real deal, and it's the kind of force that could seriously trouble Beterbiev if he gets hit clean. Benavidez added, "We've seen Beterbiev get hurt before. Bivol's power could be something special, maybe even more than what Beterbiev's faced in the past." Dmitry Bivol didn't miss a beat in his most recent fight, extending his undefeated streak to 23-0 with his first stoppage win since 2018. "I believe my power was there every time, and I didn't have any doubts," Bivol said after the fight. Dmitry Bivol recognizes that this upcoming fight represents the biggest challenge of his career. He's fully dedicated to his preparation, knowing that this bout will be a crucial test of his skills and determination. Bivol is treating this match with the seriousness it deserves, understanding that it could define his legacy in the sport.
Every time when I'm on my training camp, I think my opponent is the dangerous opponent in the world. These thoughts help me to be in focus, to be serious in my training camp, and of course he's one of the dangerous opponents.
Joe Smith Jr.'s been through the ringer, taking some tough losses against Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. He had a few high points in his fight with Bivol, even managing to get a knockdown and keep it interesting. But his clash with Beterbiev was a whole other story, one of the roughest nights he's had in the ring. Despite those hard-hitting experiences, Joe still thinks Bivol's the real deal, tougher than Beterbiev.
In my opinion, I felt Bivol was, the tougher fight for me. He's all-around fighter, but both fighters are very skilled. Beterbiev, he's very accurate with his punches. He hits you where he wants to. But I would be looking forward to seeing the two of them fight.
Carson predicts that Dmitry Bivol will secure a stoppage victory over Artur Beterbiev. Rather than a knockout, he anticipates that the fight will be halted by the referee due to Bivol's relentless pressure and superior performance.
I think Beterbiev's great. I think he's a better boxer than people give him credit for. He's not just a knockout artist. But man, I think Bivol cooks him. I think Bivol absolutely
the whole time I'm
carves his ass up.
Yeah, the whole time
I think he stops him. That's my hot take.
I don't got him.
I think Bivol stops him. Not like he knocks him out.
TKO.
I think the ref stops it, cuts or accumulation.
Furthermore, UFC commentator Joe Rogan has also sung the praises of Artur Beterbiev, describing him as a formidable and fierce champion. Rogan took to Instagram to highlight Beterbiev's power and dominance in the ring. "This guy drags people to hell like no other." Artur Beterbiev goes 20-0 with 20 knockouts and becomes the first guy to floor a Callum Smith 23. "I hope he gets the super fights he deserves before he retires, and I hope people appreciate how extraordinarily terrifying his style and skills are." Gvozdyk, who was decisively defeated by Beterbiev in their previous encounter, is now voicing support for Dmitry Bivol in the upcoming fight. Gvozdyk, along with Joe Smith Jr., is backing Bivol partly due to concerns over Beterbiev's recent injury issues. There is growing speculation that this could be Beterbiev's final fight. Gvozdyk pointed out that Beterbiev is showing signs of decline and frequent injuries, noting, "Beterbiev is starting to fall apart and getting injured pretty often. He's not a young guy anymore. He's almost 40. He's been fighting since he was a kid, with numerous injuries and tough battles. You never know what version of Beterbiev you're going to get, especially after his latest serious injury." Undisputed heavyweight champ Oleksandr Usyk is making waves with his bold prediction for the light heavyweight division. Usyk laid down his belief that Dmitry Bivol is the man to watch. The Ukrainian powerhouse known as the Cat didn't hold back. He said, "I'm calling it for Bivol. The guy's got serious footwork, slick movement. I saw his fight with Canelo Alvarez, top-notch boxing, sharp defense, killer counters, and smooth combos." Looks like Usyk's got his eyes on Bivol as the next big name in the light heavyweight game. Meanwhile, boxing trainer Greg Hackett warned that Dmitry Bivol will face an intense challenge in his fight against Artur Beterbiev. Hackett predicted that Beterbiev will come out on top, but emphasized that the victory won't come easily. According to Greg, Bivol will be pushed to his limits, enduring a grueling battle that will make for a tough fight.
Beterbiev will win, right? But I think Bivol will put him through hell before he can win. It's going to take a lot out of Beterbiev. It's going to take a lot out of Bivol. Bivol going to look like a hell of a boxer in the beginning. He might go up 6 rounds, but Beterbiev will catch up to him. The pressure is going to be too much.
Greg Hackett weighed in on Dmitry Bivol, describing him as a fighter who commands respect and isn't going to be easily pushed around. Hackett praised Bivol's resilience, noting that he won't just roll over and let his opponent dictate the fight. he'll fight back. However, Hackett believes that Beterbiev's mental toughness will ultimately secure him the win. He argued that Beterbiev's ferocity and relentlessness will likely overpower Bivol, predicting that Artur might need to press hard and possibly secure a stoppage, even if it comes in the later rounds. On Bivol's potential path to victory, Hackett suggested a strategic approach. He advised Bivol to be precise with his punches, aiming to halt Beterbiev's momentum, rather than merely surviving. Hackett also recommended that Bivol study Andre Ward's style, as Ward's approach shares similarities with Beterbiev's, which could offer valuable insights for Bivol's game plan. Hackett believes that Dmitry Bivol might have deliberately delayed their fight, hoping that time would eventually catch up with Artur Beterbiev and reveal signs of aging. However, Ramsey points out that Beterbiev has only improved over time. He states, "It's going to be a very important fight. There is nothing personal here for Artur. He just wants to beat the guy in front of him, and at the end of the day, he just really wants to win. This is his main thing. He is just very competitive. He is always training and in the gym." Ramsey concludes, "We've just been waiting and waiting. They are hoping that one day Artur is going to get old, but he is just getting better and better." Furthermore, pro boxer Lonnie B argues that Artur Beterbiev's impressive knockout record and his victories over top fighters indicate that he is a more formidable opponent than Dmitry Bivol. According to Lonnie B, Beterbiev's track record of success and power in the ring gives him a significant edge over Bivol.
I mean, yeah, I think he would.
You think Bivol beat Callum Smith?
I think he would.
You think Bivol beat Alexander Volsnik?
I mean, Bivol hasn't lost. There's no blueprint to beat him just yet.
But here's my thing: he hasn't lost. But look at the caliber of fighters he's fighting. He shouldn't lose. The caliber of opponents he's fighting, he ain't fighting no monsters. If you look at Arthur's resume, he monster after monster after monster after monster. Who has Bivol? Man, actually, let me ask you this: when was Bivol's last knockout? I think I was like 2 years old. Like, let's come on. Listen. If we're gonna talk boxing, let's keep it a buck.
Lonnie B provides a detailed comparison between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev by examining the quality of their recent opponents. Bivol has been on a winning streak, but his victories have often come against fighters who aren't considered top tier. For instance, while Lyndon Arthur is a competent fighter, he isn't a widely recognized name in the boxing world. This, according to Lonnie B, might suggest that Bivol's recent successes haven't come against the highest level of competition. In contrast, Beterbiev's record features victories over more significant and challenging opponents. He has defeated undefeated fighters such as Joe Smith Jr. and Callum Smith, showcasing his ability to handle top-tier competition. Lonnie B argues that Beterbiev's track record against such high-caliber opponents demonstrates a higher level of skill and resilience, making him a more formidable fighter compared to Bivol. Lonnie B added, "If you really break it down, Bivol hasn't been tested the way Beterbiev has. Arthur's resume doesn't match up to the likes of Joe Smith Jr. and Callum Smith. So, what's your take on this fight? Who do you think will come out on top and snag the light heavyweight title? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video."